This is FJR video number 5. I'm going to have to start writing down how many videos I've done now because it's getting confusing. The last one I said things looked really bad and it sounded bad and I was going to pull the head off. And I have verified the diagnosis, which was we had an interference between the exhaust valves and the pistons, and you don't even have to pull the valves out to see that on the exhaust side. I mean, look at that. This is sitting up. They're all sitting up. So every one of the exhaust valves is kind of tweaked that way. See, it hit the piston right in this corner here on every one of them. Guess how much valves are? That's $400 Canadian in valves plus tax, just for that set, plus seals, gaskets, and anything else you might need, right? Timing chain, guides, tensioner, all that stuff to put it back together properly. You know, the cylinder walls look fine. So the noise that we're getting, that squeaking noise, appears to just be like rings. They're probably dry because it hasn't, she's been a long time she's run properly and had oil in there. And that's just fueling in there right now. So hang on, let me see if I can. Anyway, there's no cylinder damage per se, but this has 130,000 clicks on it. Still sounds like shit. Yeah. Anyway, so rather than spend $700 or more fixing this, we're gonna go find that other motor and pop it in. Yeah, just like that, right? Pop it in. And we'll bring her back to life. And it's still the cheapest one on the market, even after I replace the motor. So may not be the prettiest one. There are some really nice looking used ones out there, and some of them have, you know, huge miles, but they still look fantastic. The mystery, who did this? What did this? I don't know. Check this out. I don't know if I can show it with the light. There's quite a bit of, oh, come on, don't flash. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. You can see here, at some point, the timing chain was running off center and machining the engine case down and making, well, you can even see it here on this lip. Look at here. See those flakes of metal? Right there. Yeah. So at some point that chain was rattling back and forth and walking back and forth on the guide, and it was hitting this case and there. So can you imagine how loose that must have been? That must have been unbelievable. And it probably didn't do that for very long before the chain jumped. Actually, the cams were still synced, ironically. That was kind of interesting. The cams were still synced, but it jumped off on the crankshaft sprocket. Like I say, roughly 40 degrees. And that was enough to put an end to the games. Piston damage, really, you know what? I would run them. They're really not that bad. Clean them up. But we're not going to run them, so it doesn't matter. That was a personal choice. I don't drive that much, honestly. And there's a little bit of scoring on that one. So yeah, that's the end of the teardown videos. I suppose there'll be some chassis videos to come for the forks, and, you know, a good time to do steering head bearings. Jeez, I mean, what great access. And it's light as a feather right now. Pretty remarkable frame on this thing. I mean, just look at the size of this frame. It's just enormous. Yes, Heidi really likes the frame too, don't you? Hey, you've been out, you stink. Oh my God, what have you been doing? Nothing, she says. Oh yeah, you're probably rolling in some of that horse shit out there. See, the horses are hiding down in the trees down there. We got snowstorms rolling through here today. It snows like a bastard and then it clears out. So it's hovering right around like 0, -1. There's the dirty taco. Not spring weather at all. And I'm going to end it there. That kind of closes the loop on that. There's no more questions. We know exactly what the damage is, and we have a plan to go forward. So, time for a road trip. Time to go buy a motor. I'll throw this one back together so it's just in one chunk and, I don't know, donate it to science. There's nothing really of any value here. Hope you're having a great day, and I hope it's warmer where you are than here, and the sun is shining. Cheers.